Good evening, sweet souls. This is YaYa, mystic, energy intuitive, and unifier, on a mission to bring people back home to love. Update. Oh my God, the night that I had. If I could really put everything into words, I'd be able to. I'm going to try my best. But since I have been on this journey of being in the divine feminine and being in my heart space, surrendering and trusting the universe and the unknown, and healing, growing, laughing, learning, loving, all that wonderful stuff. The universe never ceases to amaze me. Never ceases to amaze me. Today is one of those days. So I went to Bass and Bliss. It's this conscious dance movement, sound healing, amazing food, vendors experience. Like, we had so many creatives there, and so many amazing people. I'm relatively new to the scene because literally 2 months ago, my preference for entertainment was going to a reggae concert where weed and alcohol were involved. And once I cut that out of my life completely and raised my vibration, any event has not aligned with me. I went to Red Rocks, and that's when I realized, back in April, when I saw Pepper and Movement and Johnny Cosmic and K-Bong and Landon McNamara. When I saw those bands, I just didn't feel like I resonated with that anymore. And although I was kind of smoking back then, just a little bit, because I was going through fucking shit, going through a lot, right? Once I hit a certain point, though, I said no more, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. It was numbing me. I wasn't feeling what I needed to feel. Say hi to Jade. There's Jade. I just backed off, and I stopped hanging out around the people that were doing that stuff. I literally stopped listening to the music that influenced that. I stopped everything, and I was lost for a minute. I was like, I don't know. I hadn't found my group that I'm hanging out with now, during these events. And I stopped hanging out with the people that I was hanging out with 2-3 times a week down at Pirates. But I was just in limbo, so lost. I felt like a lost soul again. And I was like, I know I belong somewhere. I'm not lonely because we're never alone. We have, even though we don't see them, we got so many people around us cheering us on, whether it be spirit guides, family members, ancestors, what have you. Divine spirit team is what I call them. I just, the loneliness changed to solitude, and hermit mode became a thing of need and desire and fulfillment and healing and growth. And my mindset totally changed. So I get to Bass and Bliss today, and I had zero expectations. I had parked probably 2.5 blocks away, which was fine with me because I was like, I need to get out and walk. And it was perfect because I had to pass by Morro Bay, which is a shop that I keep my handmade goods in. And I stopped and spoke to the owner and checked in with her hey, I have a product idea with this work here. And she's like, well, how much do you want to sell it? And I'm like, this price. And she's like, yeah, let's give it a try. So now I got more work to do, but I want to do it. I'm going to get to that. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. I had an amazing Bliss bowl from what was it, Wandering Eats? Something like that from Bass and Bliss was one of the vendors, and I drank one of those, like, it was a mocktail. It was Peaches and Dream or something like that. It was so good. It really, like, it tasted like there was alcohol in it, but there was no alcohol. None whatsoever. Anyway, I walked by Morro Bay, spoke to the owner, get over to Bass and Bliss, and I'm like walking in the parking lot, and there's like people going in and out of the parking lot. And I was like watching this one car, and I'm like, where are they going? And they ended up like backing in, like kind of right by me. And lo and behold, it was a very dear friend of mine. I hope he doesn't mind me name dropping, and if he does, he'll let me know. Captain Pat. He's one of the vendors that, or one of the hosts that brought in what'd he call it? Yogangchi? Yoga, Qigong, Tai Chi mix. And we did this movement meditation. And it was just absolutely beautiful. But he pulled in and he was making fun of me having my parka. And I'm like, hey, it's better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. And I was like being specific. It's not a parka, it's a dry robe. He's like, that's the brand. I'm like, yeah, I know, whatever. So we go in and I say hi to the people that I know. And, you know, we get into the little ceremonial cacao and start doing the Yogangchi. And then we have this amazing DJ. God, what was her name? DJ? I forgot, but she's such an amazing soul. I couldn't believe the music that she was playing for us. It was just magical. Anyway, played the music. And then I wanted to get a reading from the owner of Gaia's Gallery, from Slow. She was the one, like literally, like I bought this from her store on my 40th birthday. It's a rose quartz. It doesn't look pink in the video. I don't know what is up with the color of my phone right now. But yeah, I bought this, and she's like, I remember you. And like I was before I met with her, I was speaking with the ladies that actually had this crystal little booth right next to Gaia's Gallery. And no joke, I got the most beautiful crystals. So here's the first one. This is an apatite, and it is basically, it reminds me of the universe, of the beautiful colors in it. Thank you, light, for kind of shining it, making it look really pretty. That's the universe in a heart. And like, I just thought it was beautiful. And the lady was like, she almost didn't put this out for whatever reason. Or she was like one of her favorites, actually. Yeah, this was one of her favorites. And I was like, oh my God, I have to have it. How much is it? And she's like, 45. I'm like, sold. Putting it in my little crystal thing here. And then Megan, I'm sorry I don't remember the lady's name for that had that apatite. Please forgive me if you ever find this video. And then Megan here, she provided this. And it's just this beautiful piece of abalone. Look at that. And she wire wrapped this herself. Like, look at this. Like, gorgeous. And we were sitting there chatting. And she was like, what did she say? She's like, I haven't sold anything. And she's like, I haven't done any selling in like 3 years. And you were my first transaction in like 3 years. And I was like, oh my gosh, well, I am honored and grateful to have such a beautiful piece. Because being a Pisces, I'm all about water. And abalone, I've always been drawn to abalone. And I was just really amazed. So then, I get my necklaces and I'm still chatting with them. And I go put the necklaces away and I come back. And I noticed that Megan had some tarot cards out. And I was like, and they're underneath this big ass long piece of selenite, which is gorgeous. Like, I should have asked her if it was for sale, but probably wasn't. But I'm like, may I pull a card? And she's like, yes, please do. This is how connected to the universe I am. I pull a card. It was a spider. It was a spider tarot card, okay? And I read the meaning of it, and I hope I remember. But it talked about this little story of a deer asking the spider, "Hey, why do you spend so much time on your web, weaving this web, when no one's gonna see it?" And she's like, "Well, I need to illuminate the way for the people that do." And I thought that resonated so much because, I'm on this journey of being a unifier. And right now, with everything going on, people are just not being receptive. And for a minute, I wanted to stop what I was doing because some people are not receiving. And that is like the hardest thing when you have a gift that you want to share with the world, but the world is just not ready for you. And so, do I give up hope? No. Even though I want to. I want to give up. But every time I think about doing it, the universe tells me this message: no, you need to create. Need to keep shining your light. I had confirmation earlier today too in that reading that I did. And then, so I'm reading the card, the meaning of the card, and I was like, I'm all about reading it out loud in case the people near me want to hear. So I'm reading this with Megan, and we got interrupted a couple of times. And like once this, one lady realized like, oh shit, she's right in the middle of reading something, so she walked away. And then one of my old friends came up. And granted, I've known this guy for 20 years, and there was a point where I reconnected with him, and like the first thing he said was, "Oh, are you in a relationship right now? Do you want to be in one?" And I'm like, dude, I don't even really know you personally. Like, yeah, we've known each other for 20 years, but not on a personal level. Like, this guy was one of my customers when I worked at a bank, right? So I only saw him when he dropped off money. So I don't really know him on a personal basis. And then I reconnected with him at the hot springs that I go to. So we don't really know each other very well. Like, we're on the same path now, obviously, because I finally reached that level of ascension that he's been at this whole time, because he's always been mindful and always been caring and working on his passion as a massage therapist and doing all these beautiful things. And I've been like, healing and getting to this level of where I am at right now. And I'm like right smack in the middle of reading this message, and he's like, "Oh, which one did you pull?" And I'm like, I had to like, I'm reading about it right now, and I looked over at Megan, and I'm like, see, I'm like, anytime I try and tap in to my gift and what I need to do, here comes somebody. Like, I get distracted, or someone tries to pull me off my path. And that's when I had to put the boundaries up. And so he listened to it, and it was just beautiful because it really resonated with Megan as well. Like, a lot of times when I pull stuff, like, yes, I'm pulling for me, but I know that anyone around me, if we're on a similar path, it's going to resonate with them too. So I pull that card. And, we read about it, and I was just like, this is so beautiful. And then finally, like, the people that were working with Christine from Gaia's Gallery, like, they got up, and I was getting ready to go over there. And someone almost went up, and I was like, I've been waiting. And she was like, oh, okay, no worries. So she backs off. And I get up there, and I connect. And Christine had me pull three stones. One was starts with the H. Oh, it's not hematite. It's herdite, something. It was beautiful. It was like a heart, big heart stone. Probably like it fit in my palm perfect. It was like pink and black and like smoky. And it reminded me of the universe, right? And then I pulled a clear quartz, similar to this guy, except it was a round crystal in the shape of like an egg. And then I pulled an apatite. I didn't know it was an apatite because I'm, really new to the crystal world. And she's like, okay, well, which one really calls to you? And I picked up the herdite. Dang it. I wish I remember herdite. Anyway, I pick up the heart one with the pink, black, and smoky color. And I let her know, like, hey, guess what? I got this from you on my 40th birthday. And then look what I wear with it. This is my grandma, who just passed in May. I wear them together, right? And she's like, oh my gosh. Well, first of all, your grandma is here right now with you. And, she's got this big smile, and she's really happy that you're healing. And she's like, she doesn't want you to feel bad about how she left this earth, and she's very grateful for your help. And what else? And that you're doing what you need to do. You need to give yourself grace and patience and kindness and love and compassion. And you need to forgive yourself. And no joke, people, I've been saying this to everybody else, but when it comes to me, I'm very hard on myself sometimes, so I don't really receive the messages that I'm trying to tell other people all the time, because I don't know, maybe I feel like I'm not worthy sometimes, or I'm not deserving, which is totally not true. Like, I am worthy and I am deserving of these messages that I tell other people. But it was confirmation that it's okay to feel the feels that I'm feeling right now. It's okay to take my time healing from what I've been going through. And I think what's so hard about all of this is that I have a feeling my grandpa's not going to be around much longer. He might be joining my grandma soon. And like, although I accept his journey, I'm not ready to go through this again. I'm just not. So I've been grieving. Even though he's still alive, I'm grieving him as well at this moment. Because a piece of him died when Grandma did. And it's just so hard. And I know that I was meant to be here for my grandma and my grandpa because of my connection with the universe and the other side. I've always been connected with people on the other side. And like, I fully embrace this role that I'm in, but it doesn't make it easy. It doesn't make it easy. So I got the confirmation that I needed, right? And I think before that, I met this really amazing soul. Oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous. She's had this beautiful, like, brown hair. I don't know what ethnicity she was, but I know she wasn't a white girl. And she had, like, this, like, beautiful, like, mustard yellow / brown, like, outfit on. And she's just so gorgeous. And I had her sit next to me on one of the chairs with squishmallows all around us, and we connected on a divine feminine level, and we just had the most beautiful conversation. And it turns out that she's connected with my other friend, and I was like, I connected with them later because they were kind of like almost, it seemed like they were trying to start something romantic, and I stopped them and I'm like, look guys, like, I don't know what's up with you two, but if you're not together, you need to be together. And I told them, like, back when I was younger, 17th birthday, I invited my friend Rachel to my party, and I invited my friend Corey to my party, and Corey didn't know anybody because he was like 18, 19. He was a couple years older than us. He wasn't even in school with us. And so Corey and Rachel didn't even know each other until they came to my party, right? Well, they ended up started dating after the party, and they got married and had kids, and no joke, I'm 42 now, these two people are still married. So I let these two friends know today. I'm like, I played matchmaker back in the day, and I've had a very good success rating with this. So if y'all aren't together, you really need to be together. So have that, do that, and then, like, after that reading, I was like, I'm hungry, I need to get some food, so I go and get a Bliss Bowl. By the way, those Bliss Bowls are just magnificent. It had, like, a bunch of amazing stuff in it. So good. Excuse me. But anyway, I'm sitting there enjoying my food, and this beautiful, beautiful woman with, pink hair sits down, and she kind of makes this sound as she sits down, and I was like, girl, you're speaking from my heart. That is so freaking cute. And we had this conversation, we exchanged numbers, and she's from Antigua, and she decided to get a van, and her cat, she's like, she always wanted to come to the coast, and she's like, yeah, me and my cat moved or live in the van life right now, basically. And she's like, I took some time off of work last year, and I'm just cruising the coast. And she's like, now I want to figure out how to make this my home. She's like, I'm selling my house up where I used to live, and I'm looking for something here, and we gotta come up with these things, like we mentioned, like walking on the beach, and then doing like a conscious speed dating thing for friends. And I was just like, well, then we could do it for, speed dating. And I was like, yes, that'd be fun. Why not? Had this beautiful conversation with her, and then she got up for a massage, and I finished my food and walked outside. And I just, being a unifier, like, I really, like, sometimes I let people come to me, but I don't know if I'm like vibrating too high or people aren't understanding of where I am in my journey, or if they're just scared or I got resting bitch face. I don't know. But I just connected with the people that I needed to connect with. There was one person that I could feel right off the bat that they were very misunderstood because of the way that they were carrying themselves out in the world, and people weren't receptive. And I told that person, I'm like, hey, you're super a bright light, you are an amazing soul. I know you've been misunderstood. I could sense it, I could feel it, but just understand that you are exactly who you need to be and where you need to be. And if people don't accept you for you, tell them love and light, but kick rocks, you know? And that person gave me a big hug, and it was just so beautiful because I'd wanted to connect with somebody. You know, they were really like standing out all night, and I was like, okay, I need to listen. Like, go talk to this person because you have a message that they need to hear right now. That's the whole thing of being a unifier and being a clair everything, I call it. I'm clairsentient, I'm clairaudient, I'm clairvoyant. Like, sometimes I'm the nose one, I don't remember what it's called, but sometimes I smell scents and I'm able to get a message from that. If I could explain my gifts like better, I would, but I'm still new at all of this, right? So I give their message to them, and I lost track of where I am in my journey. I think I did more movement. I connected with another psychic person in the avenue of love because I've been manifesting somebody in my life, and like recently, like a connection was made, but then she had to let me know that, hey, this person's been through it and they're healing too, and you just need to, like, if there's a connection, you need to make sure to go slow and be friends because they have trust issues. And I'm like, well, I kind of do too, you know, like, I'm going through it. I've been healing. July 28th will be 6 years away from my last partner, which was a 7.5-year relationship. And it ended due to that person being as emotionally abusive, alcoholic, sociopath that gaslit me for many years until I finally said no more. So I understand the whole relationship stuff. I do. So I understand where this person's coming from. And then what else? Had that conversation, went and got money to give to her. I come back, she like disappeared. And then magically reappeared. And I'm like, oh, there you are. So she's like, hey, let's go dance on the dance floor. And we're dancing. And I'm scanning the crowd. Before I actually even like came to the crowd, I was like, okay, there's someone else I need to connect to. And so I get to the dance floor and I'm looking around, and my cranial sacral therapist that helped me last year, like, release, like, I'd say a good 80% of my trauma. She was there. And I was like, Laura? And she's like, yes. She turned around and she's like, oh my God. And I had to tell her, I was like, look, hon. It's like, I just want to thank you for being you and helping me on my journey, because if she hadn't helped me heal, like, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And I told her, I'm like, look, you're an amazing soul. And it's just like, I was like, I know you're going through some shit, because last year she lost someone very dear to her as well. I don't remember who it was. I think it was a family member. And we had to reschedule one of my appointments because she had to take care of family matters. And I was like, I get it. I get it. But I had to tell her, I'm like, look, like, you need to take whatever time for you and take care of yourself. I was like, but when you're ready, you need to get back to work when you're ready, because you're going to have a lot. You're going to be super busy. You're going to have a lot of people coming to you. So for anyone that's not familiar with craniosacral therapy, literally it's a combination of energy reading, but it's not. I mean, she uses the energy meridians in the body, but not in the sense of Reiki, of dealing with the seven chakras. She goes throughout the whole body by touch, light touch therapy, just very light touch, and she will pull things out of your body. I was so amazed. Like, a lot of my healing came from meeting with her. I think we had 6 sessions. Excuse me, 6 sessions. And I would see her. It was a cross between seeing her and my deep tissue therapist in AG. That man, I'm going to have to reconnect with him too and get another massage, because he was a sports therapy massage therapist. But anyway, back on the track of meeting my craniosacral therapist. So I told her, I told her how grateful I was for her to actually help me on my journey. And I recognized, yes, girl, I realized that I was doing a lot of the work. But if I did not have you as my guide helping me, I would not be standing here right now speaking to you. And I told her she needs to keep going, keep healing, growing, laughing, learning, loving. But when she's ready, she needs to get back to work, because there are so many people that are gonna be calling her. So if anyone is interested in craniosacral therapy, if you have any kind of trauma that's been stuck in your body or your mind or wherever, y'all let me know and I'll get you connected with this lady, because she is magic. She has a gift. She is a very special soul that has something that I've never felt before. And she's just magnificent. And y'all, if you do see her, get her a gift of something purple, like a purple stone or a purple butterfly, something purple, because she loves purple, like royal purple or like lavender purple. She's just such an amazing soul. So I connected with her, and we had our moment of crying and whatever. And then we do the sound bath, and I'm lying next to her, and she's like, before the sound bath started, she's like, you're right on. I've spent a month in Bali just working on me, and my heart was wide open. And she's like, I've just been feeling this, and it's just been so magical. And she's basically confirming everything that I had just told her before when I was expressing my gratitude to her. it was just so beautiful. And then, so we finished the sound healing. The sound healing was incredible, by the way. Like, we had seagulls flying over our head the whole time. And they would do their usual caw, but there was one seagull in particular. I feel like he was laughing at all of us because he was like, as he was flying by. And then I could hear my hummingbirds. They would come and sit in the tree and sing their little song, and then they'd zoom, fly away, and then they'd come back, sing their little song, zoom, fly away. And the wind would come at like the perfect time. And the sound healing was beautiful. It was Jamie, and I think there was one other person that was helping her with it. And they just made this just magic happen for everyone. And I left there feeling happy with the knowing that more stuff was going to come up to be healed. And I don't know, like, something told me to go to the rock. So I went to the rock and I sat there and I tuned into my phone, and my bestie had sent me this reel of this girl that said she was at a bar having drinks with a stranger, sitting there, and the girl was talking about grief and her loss, and the guy had like stopped her dead in her tracks and was like, hey, at least you're here to talk about your loss. He's like, you shouldn't feel bad because that's how you're healing, basically, like speaking about the loss. At least you're here to be able to speak about the loss. And that hit me so hard. Like, I shared it. So anyone, oh my God, this is almost 40 minutes long. That's good. I don't even care anymore. It's like I said, this channel is for me to view my progress, and for others in my world to see like the magnificent journey that I've been on of being a leader and the unifier and all that. So anyway, I like ugly cried in my car. And I was going to get out and give it all to the water, but I realized, no, I need to do fire and ice in the morning, and that's what I'm straight up going to do. But she sent that, and then, ow, I was sitting on my foot. That hurt. And then she sent me another one about, basically like an I love you bestie type thing. I'm so grateful for my best friend. I really am. There was a minute where I had to walk away because, like, her trauma that she was dealing with is similar to mine in the fashion of not being with the right person. And when you're not with the right person, but you want to make things work and you're voicing your feelings and the feelings are not being receptive, and the person on the other end is going to call you crazy or say you're full of whatever, there's nothing going on, gaslight. It really messes with your brain. And when I got to a point of healing and I met her and I realized that she was in the same journey, like I had to step back for a minute because it was bringing up things for me that I was working on healing. And so I took the time I needed away and we reconnected, and it's been just magical ever since. Like literally, like through this journey that I've been on the last couple months, she's probably the only one of my friends that sees what I'm going through, understands what I'm going through and feeling as I'm bringing out my gifts. Like she literally said, well, you have gifts. Like I can understand why some people are not being receptive to that, or something along the lines of that. I just love this girl so much. Like, we're gonna go on a little roadie trip. I'm driving my ass up to Washington because that's where she lives. And we're gonna hang out there for a couple days. We got some sightseeing and some nature excursions to do. And then we're gonna drive our happy asses back here, and she's gonna hang out here for like a week. And I'm just so excited for this trip. Like, no joke. I'm super excited because I've been wanting to go on a journey to the Pacific Northwest as far as Washington. I know, I understand there's Canada and Alaska to visit still, but that's as high as I'm going to go is Washington. And I'm just like so excited because I'm going to go up the one. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm going to go through the Oregon coast to get to where I need to go. And I'm bringing my camera and bringing my phone, obviously. I can't leave without my phone. But I'm going to take so many pictures and stop in the most beautiful places and hopefully meet new people along the way. I know anytime I'm on my journey, God or universe or whoever brings me exactly who I need to at that moment in time. So I hope on my journey I help a lot of people. So anyway, we connect. She sent me that thing and I told her how grateful I was of her, and I had my ugly cry. Did my whole I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you thing until I calmed down. And then I started driving home, and on the way home I stopped in this one spot. If you go on my Facebook, this is going to be on YouTube, but if you go on my Facebook, you'll see the pictures that I posted. They're absolutely beautiful. There's this one little area where you go through Morro Bay and you can see the rock and you can see the part of the baywood. Stunning. There were colors in the sky. It was beautiful. I took some photos, posted it. Enjoy. Excuse me. Gosh, why am I so burpy? And then I drove home. Had somebody kind of mess with me on the road, but I basically placed my boundaries there, and that person backed off, like way backed off, and left me alone once we hit the freeway. And I'm driving and I get off the road that I usually get off, and it kind of like goes uphill and it winds left and then it winds right. And if you look out to the right, it goes towards the west, and the moon was out. You know, it's new moon, so it's been out during the day, but it was starting to set. And as it was setting, like, you could see the bottom right part. You know, it's the waxing gibbous. Yeah, waxing, because we're getting ready to go back to the full moon. So the waxing gibbous, it looked like the moon was on fire. So I stopped and I looked for a while, and I expressed my gratitude to Luna for being out, because no joke, like, clear sky for this little bit here. We got the horizon and the straw pastures, or the brown pastures, and then we got gray clouds up here, and like right in that area of clarity was the Luna, and she looked like she was on fire on the bottom right portion. And I was like, express my gratitude, thank you so much for being out, I'm so grateful to see you. Drove home, and no joke, I pull in the driveway at home and here's a launch. This has just been such a magical day. Like, that's why I'm posting this. It's going to be 44 minutes long, 45 minutes. I don't care anymore, but for those that do stick around for this long, I really hope you enjoyed my story and my night. I wish I could get into detail of all of it, but that would take me way, 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 way long. But I'm just grateful. Check this out. 4444. 45 minutes. talking about my day. And it was a 4-hour, I guess that works because it was a 4-hour event. About 11 minutes per hour that I was gone. I mean, yeah. So if anyone is still watching this, thank you so much for listening. Like I said, I'm real, I'm raw, I'm unedited, unfiltered. I speak from the heart, I speak my truth. Always have, always will. As far as my journey, I'm going to be creating a lot. I really would like to finish my Reiki cert, because I am level 1 Reiki certified. I'm going to get certified in the emotion code so then I can help my fellow veterans in Operation Surf, because a lot of them need help. And I'm going to combine that with energy healing. I plan to eventually write a book with all this beautiful, wonderful knowledge that I have in my head. I already have the title, but it's a secret. I'm going to write a book. I have a journal to create, and a home to provide for OpSurf, and creation station for those who want to create classes, quilting classes to teach, as well as like embroidery, cross stitching, or crochet. A lot of traveling to do, a lot of journeys to go on. I've already got like 3 trips planned, and I'm about ready to plan a 4th. Because Joshua Tree was mentioned last night, and I was like, oh heck yeah, like I've been wanting to go, and I'm gonna be going with my soul brother and his soul brother. I'm getting to know these people, but we're all gonna go. 4 of us are gonna go, and it's just gonna be so cool. Because Joshua Tree is very famous for UFO sightings and portals and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm there. I'm already there. A lot of exciting stuff coming. So if you have listened to this for the 47 minutes, I appreciate you. As I say always, you do you, boo. You take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I appreciate every single person that has either directly in my life or indirectly in my life. I'm grateful for the subscribers that I have. I'm grateful for everyone that I've met tonight. I'm just grateful for everything and everyone. I have so much love for everything and everyone, and I'm so happy I'm on this journey. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You do you, boo. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Have a magical night. I love you.